Willie D Live.
What's up, family? I'm about to make a bold claim. I believe that there is a coordinated conspiracy to devalue Black women in America. That's right, I said it. And I got proof. Family, how else do you explain all of these successful Black women out here who carry themselves with class and dignity, barely being seen online? And you see all of these women who are busting it open, getting into fights, doing wild stuff. That's what you see the most. That's the algorithm. That ain't just the people saying this is the content we want to consume. That's the algorithm at play. Yeah, fam. See, I'm on this internet all the time, and I study this algorithm. I study the metrics, and I see what they're doing. I see what they filter. Even when I do so-called uplifting stories, I see how those stories get held back and how the drama is escalated, how the drama is lifted up in front of the people so that that's all you see, so that that can consume you. Yeah, family, I get it. I get it. You know, emotional stories are going to always click with people, right? I get that. Emotional stories, they spread faster online, and images of marginalized people or vulnerable people are going to drive engagement. But my argument is this: repeated exposure to trauma involving Black women, it tends to normalize pain, and it does this without offering any real solutions. That's the point. I'm not sold on this thing that uh, Black women are the worst women in society. I understand what's happening. There's been a hit on Black people overall in this country forever. But they're specifically targeting Black women right now. I don't know what their whole plan is, but look at even the layoffs that are happening with over 600,000 Black women losing their jobs in Trump's first year in office. 600,000. Come on, fam. We ain't got but, what, 15, 20 million of us. 600,000 jobs? Come on. Black women are the most educated group in the country, and they're the ones who are losing all of that. Come on, fam. Something ain't adding up. And then this is what made me do this post. So I came across this on somebody's IG. I'm not sure. It said "I love beauty." I'm not sure if that's the person. But rare rodent-borne illness suspected in cruise ship outbreak, where 3 passengers passed away. They're talking about the what do you call that? The hantavirus. Yeah. So they're talking about the hantavirus there, right? And notice the 3 women at the bottom of this post. The 3 women who are at the bottom of that post, I've seen these women. I kept seeing these women in different posts involving trauma, tragedy, mayhem, chaos. And I'm like, that look like the same woman. And I was like, that look like the same woman. That look like the same woman. So I kept seeing these women because these are beautiful women. And I keep seeing them. And I'm like, oh, they're regurgitating these photos. Okay, I see what's happening. Every time it's tragedy involving people, and we don't have the full story, we don't have the full text, we don't have faces. They're using these women. And why are they using these women specifically? Because they're Black women and they're beautiful women. And who don't love a beautiful Black woman? So you're going to click on that. And plus, they also know that there's a high engagement for Black women on the internet. Black women, social media, Black women are totally engaged in these discussions. They oftentimes lead these discussions. So they're playing on people's emotions, is what they're doing here, right? They said that researchers found that bots and coordinated accounts frequently amplify outrage because outrage increases clicks, shares, and watch time. So if they can put some trauma out there, some drama out there, some chaos out there, and put a Black face on it, specifically a Black woman, a beautiful Black woman, it's pretty much guaranteed clicks. The problem with that is, like I said earlier, it normalizes Black women's pain, without offering any real solutions. It also angers people and make people look at Black women in a certain way. They oftentimes look at Black women like Black women are aggressive and they're loud and they're belligerent and they're boastful and aggressive, all of this type of stuff, right? Well, we all know the Karens got it by a billion miles. This is amazing. The Jedi, the mind Jedi tricks that they use. When we see it for ourselves on a daily basis, we see these women, these Karens out here acting a plumb damn fool, screaming like demons, messing with everybody, injecting themselves into everything, swinging on people, spitting on people, doing all kinds of stuff. But the Black woman is the problem. We see them online spewing hatred, calling Black people unprovoked, just even in their little, I've seen a reaction video of this woman, white woman calling Black people chimps because she didn't like the actions of one. It's amazing how people like to talk about merit, right? They like to talk about people getting jobs and opportunities on their own merit employment, right? Merit opportunities. But yet, when it comes to Black people are often treated like a monolith. They take the worst of us and elevate it as representation of who we are collectively. And they take the best of them and elevate it as to who they are collectively. You see how that works? You notice how when it's non-Black people commit crimes, typically that person did the crime by themselves, unless, of course, they're an immigrant. Then they'll say the immigrants, because that's just right now. That'll fade away in time. And so it's right now, immigrants, it's your time. Undocumented immigrants, it's your time right now. That'll fade away. But the Black experience will still be here. We still will be going through it as all of these other different groups take their hits, take turns taking their hits. We will always be a target in this country. We'll always continue to take hits, and we'll always continue to open doors for others to have opportunities because we fight for our own rights. They make sure that we don't ever get anything that just benefits us. So anytime we're fighting for anything, other people, other groups benefit from our struggles. They benefit from our victories. And they do this without ever saying thank you. Rather than to say thank you, they get up on their feet and they look down, even when they're not on their feet. They're looking down on Black people. They're using the programs that we fought for to come up and not having a thank you bone in their body, not having a gratitude bone in their body. Yeah, this is the type of stuff that we got to deal with on a daily basis. Black woman, I feel you. I feel you. I love you for real. You know, I ain't got to do no kissing up. I already got my woman, you know, so I ain't got to be kissing no ass and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that anyway. But I just call a strike and a ball a ball. I got to call it like I see it, right? That's good and bad in all groups. But they tend to, even when there's not bad, you know, they tend to put all of us in the same group. But they like the idea of standing alone. They, you know, like they like the idea of the lone wolf concept when one of them does something egregious or evil. They like the idea of the lone wolf and everybody just keep on going about life. But when a Black person does something, you know, they make Black people the face of evil. And right now they are targeting Black women more than ever. So when I see these certain Black women out here that are acting a fool, that do contribute to the stereotypes, I never look at them and say, that's how Black women are. Because I got too many great relationships with great Black women. So if your mentality is you don't know any great Black women and you just haven't had that experience, I would say, keep trying. No more talk.